Hello everyone, Mr. Storkin here, and welcome back to LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. And what can I say except you are free on the city if you have not liked, comment, and subscribed for the Arrow DLC pack. Oh my goodness, I am very excited about this pack in case you couldn't tell in my tone of voice. The reason why is because we're looking at the Arrow pack. Well, also because I miss Arrow so much. I really do miss the Arrowverse as much people like to shit on it now. It was really fun and really entertaining when it was coming out. It's really sad that it got to a point where we all crapped on it. But man, it was just like a really interesting time on the CW. Definitely made the CW what it is. But yeah, this is the Arrow pack. Based off Arrow, and I am disappointed again because I'm a bigger Flash fan than I am of Arrow. I do like the Flash better as a show, especially season 1. But it is cool that this is based off the first 2 seasons of the show before the Arrowverse really started to expand. And we got Oliver Queen here. He is voiced by Stephen Amell in this game, which is, again, really amazing. I've yet to see Suits LA. But we also got Roy, and I really do like the Green Arrow characters because they are very overpowered. Like, they do have the explosive arrows and so forth, and I don't think he has the lightning bolt. He does. Okay, cool. And also, it's really cool because Roy was Arsenal in season 3, so it's great to see him incorporated, even though, God, did they treat Roy really horribly in terms of the show. But this pack also contains a lot more characters, including Canary, Sarah Lance, not Laurel. We got Felicity before we hated her. We got a Huntress, which is actually kind of interesting because she was a season 1 character in season 2, so it does elevate. We have the Island Goon, John Diggle, Malcolm Merlin, and my boy Slade Wilson. Also, I want to show off the stealth mechanic because I think it's really funny. So let me do it. It won't let me do it. There is a stealth mechanic in it, but we are going to show off some of the character showcases before we go on to the level itself. Starting with Black Canary, and as much as I really don't like Sarah Lance as a character, like, I really think she's probably one of the weaker characters in the show. She is actually really awesome in this game. I'm glad they included her. Not only does she have the staff ability, but she also has the sonar ability, which I think is really interesting because she didn't really known to have that. If anything, Laurel did, and that was in season 1 of The Flash, when Cisco was able to finally build the collar for her to do it. Also, I want to quickly show off what I meant by the explosive arrow, so let me do it. Like so. There we go. I don't know if I want to do the time thing, but okay, it's for KF.
After all my heroic deeds,
But I do like Laurel and not Laurel, Sarah in this game. She is really powerful and awesome to see included in this game. It really is. Again, because it was before Legends. Fundamentally, I think her character, but semantics. The next character is Felicity Snow. Yes, we all love to hate Felicity, but I do like the character design. Felicity was a character that I really do think the show really did hurt down the line. One of my reviews, so just because the whole part where she was paralyzed was not the best story arc to give her, but in all honesty, I don't think they really knew how to use her character moving forward. And also, she did become a fan favorite. I do think both Oliver and Laurel would have gotten together if Felicity hadn't become such a major character in season 2, which was a good season. I love season 2. I think 2 and 1 are the best seasons. And that's why I'm here to make an official announcement about next year. Not next year, but when Arrow's ending its 15th anniversary, we will be reviewing the entire first and second season upon release dates. So the more you know. I'm looking forward to that horrible couple of weeks. But yeah, now it's Huntress's time to shine. Huntress was actually part of like the first 2 parts of the show, and definitely did show how Oliver needed to evolve and how his inclusion in the whole entire vigilante thing is not particularly good. She is insane. She does appear in season 1 and season 2. Again, that's part of why I think it's really interesting. She was definitely part of the more extended DC universe that Arrow finally started to incorporate. She is Helena Bernelli in that one. Not daughter of Bruce and Selena. Thank God, I hate that version of the character. And Oliver can do the sensors. That's awesome. But he can't do magnets, and he can see through them. So I think it's interesting that they did include Huntress again, just because she's very much a product of season 1 and season 2. And then we got the Island Goon. This is probably to do with Billy Wintergreen and that whole things going on with season 1. Season 1 is a very interesting show and how it incorporates the island stuff. It's not as interesting until we get to season 2 with the Mirakuru, but again, that's just how things work. I actually wonder if Sarah can break that, just to show off the character showcase a little bit more. does not appear so. But I thought that was a good point. Also, I think the goon has the disguise. Does he? No, he does not. But he can fire the gun. So, yeah, he has that going for him. And then we got John Diggle. Oh, my goodness. Can we get that Justice You show that got canceled, CW, please? Sorry, for those who know, John Diggle was supposed to get a new show where he was going to teach the future generations of being heroes. It would have been, I think, really cool and a great way to continue the Arrowverse and kind of influence some younger heroes into the world. But I don't mind that John Diggle is an interesting character. He did have a recurring role. He basically fundamentally did the crossover stuff later in the years. I know it's odd, but he basically just has a gun here.
After all my heroic
I don't know if he has
deeds, it's
more
a travesty,
abilities,
sir.
but it's interesting. He just has the gun. He is Oliver's best friend, even though because Tommy Merlin had to pass. But speaking of Merlin, we got Malcolm Merlin, the magician himself. I love Merlin. He is a really great villain. And while I don't really agree with him becoming a hero at the end of season 4, and his sacrifice is really good, I do like him more as a villain. The actor who plays him, John Barrowman, is really funny. If you do see my cons, he does do cons, and he's just really off the chain, like in a good way. Like he has no filter. He is a member of the LGBTQ community, which is cool. But I do think he does such a phenomenal job as Merlin. I don't know why that just randomly sticks there. It's just very odd. Stop doing that, game. It's actually really annoying, especially when I need to do a speed thing like this. But it is great to see Merlin. The design is really great. Again, Merlin is a really great character. Oliver does don his very similar costume because the whole thing is meant to be the League of Assassins, and he does the whole undertaking, which, again, I think season 1 of Arrow, after you get past a couple of episodes, it does get really good. Merlin, again, is a great villain and a great representation of how it is really interesting. I have to talk about the GOAT of the show himself, Slade Wilson. Manu Bennett is amazing as Slade Wilson. Although he only has the gun there, the animation was missing. There's the sword. Manu Bennett is amazing as Slade Wilson. He also plays a Zog. Interesting they have the katana there. He is amazing, and it's probably the best story arc in the entire show. I'm so happy they brought him back. Well, I don't really think they should have done the whole redemption arc with his sons. It was indeed still a great story arc, and Manu Bennett was amazing. Season 2 of Arrow is probably one of the best seasons of television. It's the Flash season 1 of Arrow. But we are gonna go through and do the story mission because why not? As always, this is the Summer DC. He could subscribe for that. We have a whole summer of plans, so yeah. But we're gonna go through and activate the missions because yes. I'm very much excited to take a look at the Arrow one, which has the Queen's Gambit there as the ship. Really odd, but let's get to it and see how amazing this level is. I hope it's good. I mean, it has to be the island for sure.
My name is Oliver Queen. I've been stranded on an island with only one goal: survive. Survive, and one day use a proper toilet again. I must fulfill my father's dying wish to use the list of names he left me and bring down those who are poisoning my city. To do this, I must become someone else. I must become something else. Something green and pointy. And arrowy. So far I've learned how to give a bowl of water a good slapping, but my training is by no means complete. Like, what if I'm attacked by a bowl of soup? Not watery soup. That really thick pea soup. Whole different fighting style to water. Anyway, I'm not alone on this island. I've met another survivor, Slade Wilson. He's okay. He just likes to take his top off a little too much and hits me in the face a lot. But he assures me it's for my own good. He's agreed to train me to fight and to survive. That day,
Yeah, so this
Slade
is
and I
based
decided
off the
to visit
island.
a nearby campsite that belonged to our not-so-friendly neighbors. We would need to trust each other if our plan was to succeed.
I think it's really
For
odd that he
members of
has
the
the outfit here,
continuity police out there,
considering
Sometimes I like to imagine myself back on the island wearing my arrow costume, okay?
Okay, thanks for just acknowledging what I was just complaining about, Oliver. Okay, that was pretty good, but he doesn't have his arrow yet. Interesting. But yeah, this is kind of cool. I love that we're on Lian. I really hate the sticky controls there. I'm just laying down those Slade Wilson moves, which is very odd to see there because, he oddly enough does not have it. I don't know why I'm going after the Mega stuff. There's no real reason for it. There's Adam West. Do we want to free Adam West? Yeah, let's free Adam West while we're here. Slade.
Thank you for saving
But
me
I do
from that
love that we're on the
vicious
island. I'm
experiment
glad.
fellow
If
crime
anything, I
fighter.
would have loved Lian Yu to be like a hub world. I don't know if they really do hub world DLC. Let's put the stickiness here. But it would be awesome if Lian Yu was a hub world. Like, we were. Oh, come on. Apparently, through some leaks, apparently we were supposed to get Arrow and the Flash as Lego Dimensions characters. I think would have been awesome. But yeah, that is the plane that's on the island because it's actually shot down. Yeah, I miss Arrow so much. I can't express it. Like, it wasn't the best of shows, but again, when it was on, it lasted for quite a while. Hello, Free Kit. I do actually miss like the Arrowverse and like 20 episode seasons. So the more you know, right? Right. Let's access this little area because why not? Hello.
My experiences on the island changed me. Sometimes they even changed me into a small, plastic version of myself. Slade had
Okay,
changed
whatever
too,
you want
but
to
he
be.
always had a plan to survive.
Okay, I think Slade's gonna have to dig that up, which is actually gonna be interesting. If I had to guess, because yes, he can. That's great, Slade. As you do some weird animations in your gun there. But yeah, also was interesting
no
that
doubt in my
both
mind that being
Deathstroke
around
and
Slade
Lloyd
made
were
me
on the
stronger.
list.
I hardly ever climbed waterfalls at home.
Yeah, who doesn't? I do like the comedy element that they're giving Oliver here, because in all honesty, say what you will about the Arrow show, it very
Danger
much
was all
did
around
treat
the
the
island.
character like Green
You always
Arrow
had to
very
watch your
seriously,
step.
which wasn't really good. It's not the best adaptation of the character, but that was back when they were just trying to be the Dark Knight. So, but anywho, there's another digging thing there. So, Slade. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about like it's actually like Slade in the outfit. I would have liked both him and Shadow to be character in this pack, but I get why they couldn't. No, because Shadow's in season 1 and so is Slade, so it works out. It's not like it causes any continuity. People are like, oh, well then he has the stealth ability. Cool. That was the stealth ability I was referencing earlier. I didn't know what character had it. He has it. Get to know, where he can become a plant. So I think it's just funny. But inside is the arrow for Oliver Queen to use. I don't know what's the sickness there, but let's grab the arrow.
Slade had hidden it for safekeeping, but today we needed to put it to good use. I
Amen,
remember
as we have a
thinking at
bunch
the
of
time
these
that
train
my
things.
archery had greatly improved, as well as wondering how Slade had been able to construct such an elaborate shooting gallery.
I mean, when you're alone and your best friend is going after your girl, you just have to do things to keep your mind occupied before you go crazy and kill them. You know. I know I just maybe spoiled parts of season 2, but yeah. Also, one thing I like to point out is I think is really odd is that both Arrow
ready
and the
to take on
Flash
the
had
bad
their
guys.
final season,
But it turned out
like their
they
final
were
Comic
ready
Cons
to.
at the same time. Hello, Island Goons. Island Goons? Yeah, they're Island Goons. Let's deal with them, I guess. Because we have our Arrow. Yeah! Oh, he has the boxing glove, which was really well incorporated in the show. I'm like, not well, but I'm actually kind of happy was used in the Wildcat stuff. But yeah, I pressed the sensor there, so yeah, there's something over there. There's a Metal Flake says he has explosive arrows here. Oh, I love that little backflip there. You know, I know I'm nitpicking. Oliver, just go across. Thank you. Hello, stealthy area, which was no, Slate, don't you fall down. But yeah, I generally do miss Arrow. We are going to be reviewing the Legends stuff come fall because
It was going to be tricky to get past
well,
unless
yeah.
we thought of something. Luckily, Slade was extremely skilled when it came to not being seen.
Okay, as soon as like all the goons show up. Okay, good to know. I do like Slade. Also, a weird tangent too is that Summer Glau, who played River in whoa, what happened there? Odd thing happened there. Okay. Who played River in I can't remember it. Firefly. She's actually really good in it. Really distracting, but she does play the rival, which is a really good character arc too. I love the mystery about her and
It turned
Moira.
out to be a setup. They were waiting to ambush us like guests at some twisted surprise birthday party without any presents, cake, or ice cream.
How dare you not have presents, cake, or ice cream? I mean, that's just a requirement at any birthday party. Oh, Oliver. I love how, like, funny he is in this. Like, really, good job, Stephen Amell. I can really feel like Stephen Amell was having fun with this one. There's a ton of them here, so I bet we're going to have to block them somehow. apparently not. Oh boy, they're seizing something building there. It's a zipper. Cool. That'll block them all. Actually, well, okay. Take that island goon. But again, it is interesting to look at this because, again, this was made, like, during Season 3 of Arrow. So a lot of it, is restricting a lot that Arrow later had, especially, like, Mr. Terrific, Ragman, was underappreciated from the show. Also, it's interesting to note that we're going to get Mr. Terrific in the Superman movie, which I'm looking forward to. I know a lot of people just hate that movie because of concept, but I did not mean to activate that at all, but I'm glad I did. Let's just fly. Ow! Who killed me? I'm not the Spectre yet. I'm not supposed to die. I wanted to do that all cool like. You wouldn't let me do it all cool like. There we go, and then we can blow up the gas tank. Let me blow up the gas tank. Let me blow up the gas tank! There we go, just like so. And then we can go on over here. Hello.
Our prize. A stockpile of weapons that, for us, would make getting off the island next to impossible. We had to
yeah, this is
them
season 1 stuff, isn't it? Because this is very much like the one finale where they all just storm the camp. And Yao Fei, who was actually apparently like really funny in real life. The guy who trained Oliver with the bow until he died. Because, Shadow was there. Spoilers, I know. But apparently he's actually really funny. I don't mind Arrow season. I think, again, Arrow is a very fluctuating show. Especially after the island stuff, the show really went downhill. But let's build the explosives, because if there's anything Lian Yu is known for, it's called blowing itself up. I guess that works out both ways. Okay, that's pretty funny. Let's see the bomb like that. But let's fire at it, Oliver. Okay. That animation goes on a bit too long, but okay. We're gonna just do that to blow it up. Cause we gotta run, Slave. We gotta run.
So there you have it. Another harrowing experience back on the island that made me into who I am today, into what I've become today. Now I gotta go. Felicity and Diggle worry when I flash back for too long. Remember, keep your arms straight and let go.
Okay. That was a really funny level pack. Again, because if you know Arrow, you know that this stuff is pretty funny. Because, again, sorry, tangent. It's just basically the Arrow show, and they're making fun of their elements, which is pretty awesome. I'm glad that Stephen Amell's allowed to have a little bit of comedy there. We saved Adam West, which is, again, all that really matters. Now, again, as always, we're going to go through the ranking of the best characters in the pack. I think my favorite is actually going to surprise people, even though we didn't play as her a lot in this one. But yeah, it's actually an interesting pack, because I think it has a really good selection of characters that you can go for. Now, let's start with the worst characters. It's Island Goon. As much as I like the design, it is not the best thing, as well, it has a good attack animation there. It's just rather meh. It feels like what they were going to do with Vigilante in Superheroes 2. Next two, which are very much tied just because of sentimental reasons. I'm going to give it to Diggle and Felicity. I don't really love the designs of them. I get the point of them, but they didn't choose their best versions. While Felicity does look really cool, I didn't even know there was a thing for that. I sincerely apologize for not knowing that. I don't think they're the best characters to incorporate. While I think Felicity's going to be a bit better because she is a hacker, I don't think they are the best characters, again, because they're not really heroes. Next, we got dear old Huntress, just because I think it's really cool that Huntress is included in this. She has a very basic weapon in an ancient game. All in all, she can't do stealth or anything else, so it's kind of disappointing. Also, another one of Oliver's exes that goes batshit insane. I have to get the next one. Actually, it pains me to do this. I'm gonna give it to Malcolm Merlin. And while he has basically all the Arrow abilities, I love the design. He doesn't really have... Oh, he does have that. Never mind. He's actually pretty cool. I wish the character design was a little bit better. I like the little hair piece, actually. Oddly enough, I know John Barrowman's like, he liked my hair. But John Barrowman would never look at me and be like, gotta get some of that. Anywho, semantics, I know. But I don't think he's an interesting character compared to like Oliver and Roy, where I'm gonna give these two the next placing, because I think they are pretty much the same. I do love that Stephen Amell did voice the role, and I do like the animation, especially with that glove, even though it does go on a bit too long than I would like. It's not my personal favorite, and Roy is very much the same. While they do have, I want to see if Roy actually has this sensor. Roy does not, so Oliver goes ahead of Roy because he can leash sense shit. And then probably my next favorite is going to be with Slade Wilson, just because he has a plethora of different weapons, and he has the really funny hyena ability, which is the grass. That is really hysterical. I find it funny, and I think it's a really great inclusion in terms of a character moveset. And I don't know why, but my favorite again is Laura Lance, aka Canary. She is really good early on if you need a character that can use sonar and you don't want to use back or go through the sensors. She is actually really good and really powerful. Again, really odd because I don't really like playing. I don't really like Sarah Lance as a character. Thank you a lot, Legends. Also, wish you got a TV movie to end off your show. Anyway, that's going to do it for the Arrow pack. If you could, be sure to like and subscribe. Tomorrow we'll take a look at the Bizarro pack, even though the squad is before it. Pokemon Resort. And yeah, also you heard here first, we are going to do Rise of Legends stuff come down the line. I know that sounded really odd. But we are also going to take a look at Arrow once it's reached its 15th anniversary. So 2027, 2028, around that time. But also Season 1 and Season 2, because I love Season 2 so much more than Season 1. Anywho, we'll see you guys next time with Bizarro, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe for the year DC. Till then, that's it for me. Bye-bye.